everyone, hope you guys are having a great start to your day. Wanted to hop on and tell you this: God can handle your real and your raw in your personal life. There was a season of my life that I went through, several seasons ago that, man, it was just a doozy. I walked through a season of tremendous heartbreak. I walked through a season where it didn't make sense to me in my personal life. And I was kind of in this mode of wrestling with God. Have you ever had those kind of a deal? And I was in this season where I was just really struggling, with the circumstances of my life and what was going on, kind of a deal. And I was in a God time, and I was kind of just sitting there, and I was, saying just kind of generic stuff to God. And God called me out in the middle of a prayer time. And he said, "Jill, you're mad at me." And he said, "I want you to talk to me about that." And I remember I was like, "Oh, I can't go there. Like, I can't talk to God about that," like kind of a deal. And he was like, "Jill, I already see your heart. I already see what's going on." He was like, "We need to process this. You can't keep running away from this. You can't keep numbing this place. It's not going to help you to get healed. We need to talk about it." He was like, "I see it anyway." And, I think that a lot of the time, this is the example that he reminded me of. Adam and Eve, when they messed up in the garden, when they were in a place of sin, what was their first instinct? They ran to hide from the presence of God, right? They made these coverings for themselves, right, to try to hide their nakedness. That represents kind of vulnerability in our personal lives, right? And rather than being real with God, rather than facing him in a time of crisis or in a time where they didn't understand, rather than running to him, what was their instinct? It was to withdraw, right? They were scared. It was a defense mechanism in their personal lives, right? And I want to tell you guys today, we do the same thing with God a lot of the time, but he sees and he knows, and we would make so much better progress a lot of the time if we would get real with God about the stuff that's going on in our personal lives. Amen. And so I just want to tell you guys today, maybe you're walking through a season that is just struggle bus for you right now. You don't understand it. Your heart's on the line. You're wrestling with different areas in your personal life. I want to tell you guys, God is big enough to handle your imperfection. Amen. He is big enough to handle those places and those spaces where you can just get really raw, really real, really vulnerable with him, right? And he's able to handle it. He sees it anyway, ladies and gents. And so I want you to lay that stuff down and surrender it to him today. Don't run and hide in a place of shame. Don't try to lock up your heart in those seasons, but talk to God about it, because he wants to talk to you about those things, and he wants to help to bring healing to you in your personal life. Amen. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll chat with you again soon.